The hardest part about dinner is trying to figure out what to make. I feel like it's a question that all of us every day, what's for dinner? Every single day. My mom, the OG food nanny, is the one that actually taught how to meal plan. And it's now the reason today I still meal plan the exact same way because it works. It's something that works for the rest of your life. So the way that we have our books all set up is that every night is a theme night. You're never supposed to eat the same thing back to back, like pasta back to back, red meat back to back. So what you do is you go through the book and you're like, okay, what do I feel like for Monday night? And you find all the recipes for comfort food night, right? You're like, do I feel like the fired up macaroni and cheese? Or do I feel like the creamy chicken soup? What do I feel like for tonight? Then you go to Tuesday. So what you're doing is you're creating this variety of food. So if you had the heavy chicken Alfredo then one night, then the next night, let's go a little bit leaner. So you're creating your plan, right? We figured out that doing 2 weeks is the perfect amount. 1 week to meal plan is just not enough. And then a month, it's too long. I don't want to sit down and plan out a month, but 2 weeks, it's perfect. And the thing is we call it a well-stocked kitchen. So if your kitchen is already stocked on the spices, you know, the tomatoes, the canned goods that you need, really you're going through, it's very simple and you're not gonna need to get that much for these recipes. You might have to go back within the 2 weeks for, you know, maybe more fresh lettuce or fresh milk or eggs. I mean, I've got my own fresh milk and eggs that I just gotta go outside and get. But really, you're stocked. So when 5 o'clock rolls around and everybody's like, so what's for dinner? Well, I have it planned, okay? And the beauty is too, what I now love to do is my kids have now created their own favorite recipes that come from every single night. So they'll be like, Mom, please, will you make, you know, the whatever pizza, they want the barbecue chicken pizza on Friday night. I'm like, okay, honey, I'll make the barbecue chicken pizza for Friday night. So they help create the food and get excited for it. Because what you're trying to do is, number one, you're trying to take the complication of dinner out the door. Number two, you're trying to get excited about it. Get the family excited. Get your kids excited to come home after school, right? Like, make a reason for them to want to come home because they know that you're making the cheesy enchiladas, okay? They've been thinking about it all day. It's true, when I was a kid, I would be sitting there at school and I'd be like, I can't wait until my mom makes that mac and cheese tonight. I was that kind of kid. I couldn't wait to eat it. We actually have a page in our cookbook that tells you exactly what a well-stocked kitchen actually is. And it's just the main ingredients that you need in your house or the canned goods, like I mentioned earlier. But what it's doing is then all of our recipes are just basic ingredients that you use every day. So when you go to the grocery store, you're going to save a ton of money. You're not looking at recipes that it's like, wait, what is this? What is that? Most recipes, sometimes I get super frustrated because it's like $70 to buy all these random ingredients that you're never going to use again. But with ours, it's your basic, just core ingredients that you've got in your kitchen already that you just might need to buy a little things here and there. So you're saving so much money, so much money. And it's keeping you out of the grocery store. I feel like when you're frequently having to stop at the grocery store to get the food that you need for that day, you're buying the random chips or the random gross pastries that you see because you're hungry. Never go to a grocery store on an empty stomach. You'll buy the most random junk, empty, dumb calories that you don't need to be eating. But it just helps you get prepared. So for 2 weeks, you've got it all ready. And even if you're late home that day, maybe from work, maybe both of you and your spouse, you work from home, but you've got it ready for your kid to start, you know, dinner time. There's many times where my kids, I'm like, I haven't made it home yet. Could you please just pull out, start making the sauce, get it prepared, or they make the whole thing. The kids, get them involved as well, which makes it super simple and easy too. Something that I get told all the time when I meet random fannies or strangers, they're like, I just don't have time to cook. or I'm exhausted. I've worked all day. I do not want to come home and start cooking and then the cleanup and all of it. But something that you don't realize is it's actually very therapeutic for you. On my busiest days, when I think that I don't have the energy to come in and now start cooking, I'm so grateful that I did. You can release all the stress, every worry, every whatever you've had in the day, it comes out in the food. And at the end, you're so happy that you did it. I've said many times that our recipes don't have to be complicated and hard to be good. These are recipes that only take about 30 minutes. So you do have the time. Trust me, if I have the time, you definitely have the time. But it's good. It's good for you. It's good for your family. And I promise by the end of the day, as I say, keep cooking your family's worth it. You will be grateful and happy that you actually made the dinner. You will, I promise. Both of my mom's cookbooks are the ones that are your dinners mostly, and they're pre-organized. It has the well-stocked kitchen page, but it's got our theme nights. Even, I wanna give you this tip, even when I'm not at home and cooking that night, most of the time I like to cook 5 nights a week, take 2 nights off. Don't stress yourself on cooking every single night. I love to go out to eat. Who doesn't? So you don't have to cook every single night. But if you want to be prepared, if maybe like a kid is sick or you decided you don't want to go out for dinner that night, you can plan for 7, but I mostly always plan for just 5. So her books are well planned for doing those theme nights. But even when I then go out, like let's say on Friday night, I'm always eating pizza still, always. I follow the theme nights because it keeps this just nice, well-balanced diet, right? Instead of doing the whole diet culture, which I do not believe in, you should be eating real food, just real good food, and you'll be good. You don't need to do the other diet culture. But then you've got my other books that add in with it. So you've got other breads or desserts. I have some other dinner ideas, but that you can mix in with the dinners. And we also make you a 2-week meal plan on our website that's free that you can print out, and it's all prepared for you with all the dinner, bread, dessert, the whole thing. It's written up for you, so super easy. I think the reason that the Food Nanny is just still around and it still works, and the reason, I mean, this book feels like it's ancient at this point, is because it works for your whole life. It's not some kind of fad thing that then 5 years down the road, it doesn't work. It works forever because we're never gonna not have to worry about what's for dinner. I feel like that's something for the rest of our lives that we have to worry about every day. And so the way that we teach the meal planning and the way that you can get dinner on the table so easy with whatever busy life that you have going on, it's worked in every stage of life. Before I had kids, in college, I was doing this in college. I was doing this before I had kids. I then did it when I was raising my tiny little family. I'm now doing it with my kids in every sport, in every activity, running around all over. It works in every phase of life. And my whole family still does it. My mom, as an empty nester, which is her and my dad, she'll change it up and maybe she's not cooking as much and she's making the recipe a little bit smaller for now only 2 people again, but it's something that works forever. And that's the one thing that when I cried and looked at my mom, I will start crying again. I said, Mom, when I wanted to bring back the Food Nanny 6 years ago, I said, your message of family dinner time never dies. It never dies. And I still believe that today.